In this video, I'm going to be doing a 20-question mock test that covers all the categories, giving you a helping hand to pass your theory test first time. I will be using the iPad app of the Driving Test Success. So if you struggle with your theory test, you want a helping hand, watch this video until the end. So the first question, what restrictions apply to people who have a provisional driver's license or driving license? They can't drive at night, they can't drive unaccompanied, they can't drive over 30 miles per hour, they can't drive with more than one passenger. What restrictions apply to people who have a provisional driver's license? They can't drive at night, they can't drive accompanied. It's going to be the second one. I'll just overlook that. And that's the reason why I say take your time, read the questions carefully and read the answers carefully, because I read all four of them and at that point in time it didn't make any sense. But reading it again, it is they can't drive accompanied. If you have a provisional license, you have to have an experienced driver next to you. The full details is 3 years. They got to have the driving license for 3 years, held their driver's license for 3 years, and be over 21. They can ask that question in a different form. When should you use your vehicle's horn? So to allow you the right of way, no. To alert others to your presence, it's going to be that one. That's what the horn's for, to alert others of your presence. Also flashing your headlights can be that as well. But always read the other answers. So to greet other road users, no. To signal your annoyance, no. What's the legal minimum tread depth for tires on your trailer or caravan? Now you've got to be very careful with this. This question comes up in a car form. It's also part of the driving test as well. So the examiner may ask you, what's the legal requirement for your tires? The answer is 1.6 millimeter tread depth. No cuts, bulges, rips or tears on the tire wall. That's the full answer. This question is asking you about your trailer or caravan. Now, when this comes up in the classroom, the pupil goes for a different answer. A tire is a tire. On a car, it's 1.6. On the trailer or caravan, it's going to be 1.6. So we just go straight for that and we move on. You're driving on a one-way street. What should you do if you realize you've taken the wrong route? So it's one way. Reverse out of a road? No, because you're still going to be going the wrong way. Continue and find another route? Yes. Reverse into a driveway? No, because when you reverse out, you're still going to be going the wrong way. And turn around in the side road? Again, no, because you're still going to be going the wrong way. So it's going to be continue and find another route. The road is wet. Why would a motorcyclist steer around drain covers while they were cornering? To avoid splashing pedestrians on the pavement? No. To help judge the bends using the drain covers as marker points? No. To prevent the motorcycle sliding on the metal drain covers? It's going to be that one. To avoid punching the tires on the edge of the road. Now the key words in this, I always say look for the golden nugget. So the key word there, the road is wet. Why would a motorcyclist steer around drain covers? The reason why they are swerving around drain covers is because the wheels do not grip. It's not just for motorcyclists as well, it's for cyclists. So when you're taking your driving lessons, you've got to add that into your plan of action as well. What should you be prepared to do in this situation? So remember, if you're using the app, you can enlarge the image to get a better view. So the lorry's coming out, it's swinging out because the reference point's like different from a car and it's on the wrong side of the road. So let's read the question again. What should you be prepared to do in this situation? Remember, we're looking for safety. Sound your horn and continue. The gap isn't really big enough for you to continue on the left-hand side. That's a no. Report the driver to the police. Why? He's doing nothing wrong. Slow down and give way. Yes. You don't want to go toe-to-toe with a lorry. You're never going to win that battle, that's for sure. And squeeze through the gap. And the answer is definitely no, not for safety. What should you do if it's raining and you're following this slow in the motorway? Again, enlarge the image. Always look at read the question, enlarge the image so you get a better view. So it's on a motorway. There's lots of spray. So the question, what should you do if it's raining and you're following this lorry on a motorway? Beware of spray reducing your vision. Yeah, there's a lot of spray, it's going to reduce your vision. but read the others just in case there's a better answer. Move into a lane that has less spray. No, you should always stay left when possible. Spray is not going to change that. Allow a 2-second separation gap. 2-second separation gap is when it's dry. Because it's wet, it would be a 4-second gap on this occasion. And switch your headlights onto main beam, and no, because you'd be blinding people with a main beam. Why is a toucan crossing different from other crossings? I did do a video on crossings. I would leave the card up here somewhere. Toucan, if you didn't know, is for two. Two can cross at the same time, so it's cyclists and pedestrians can use it at the same time. So let's see what option they give us. It's controlled by 2 flashing lights. No. Moped riders can use it. No. Cyclists can use it. So that's an option. It's controlled by a traffic warden. No. So it's going to be that option. How can you help to prevent your car radio being stolen? Park in an unlit area. No. Install a security coded radio. I'm going to tick that one. And again, if you read the question, looking for the golden nuggets, it doesn't always work, but you've got to do this, work on this when you're practicing your mock test. How can you help to prevent your car radio? It's got radio in the question. This one has radio in the answer. So there's a link. Like I said, it doesn't always work, but you can shortlist it as a possible. So park near a busy junction. No. Leave the radio turned on. And again, the bottom one has radio, so there's a link on that one, but let's read the answer to that. Leave the radio turned on. That's only going to kill your battery. It's not going to prevent your radio from being stolen. So the one we ticked is the better option. And that's why I said look for the golden nuggets in the question, because it gives you little clues. A single carriageway road has this sign. What's the maximum permitted speed for a car towing a trailer? If you didn't know, this sign is the national speed limit. So the sign is a national speed limit for the road you are driving on. The question says a single carriageway and you are towing. So take the information from the question. So first of all, the information is a single carriageway, not a dual carriageway, single carriageway, and you are towing. The way that I teach this in the classroom, I always say to my pupils, know what you can do as a car driver, because you're taking a car theory test and then you'll be taking a car driving test. So as a car on a single carriageway, you can do 60. But the information in the question is you're towing. So you're now going to drop it by 10. So the answer is now going to be 50 miles an hour. That's the easiest way to remember it. Know what you can do as a car driver. When that question comes up, towing heavy goods, just drop it by 10. Other than direction indicators, how can you give signals to other road users? Now, this comes up quite a bit and the pupils don't know it because you're learning to drive. You don't realize there's another signal on the car. So let me just read the question again. Other than direction indicators, how can you give signals to other road users? By using your side lights? No. By using the interior lights? Again, no. By using your fog lights? No. By using your brake lights? Yes. Brake lights says to people behind you that you are slowing down. And in case you didn't know, your brake lights are red. You're carrying an 11-year-old child on the front seat of your car. They're under 1.35 meters, 4 feet 5 inches tall. What seatbelt security must be in place? Now, if you're carrying a child under 1.35 meters, you're looking for a child booster seat, if that's an option. If child booster seat is not an option, they have to be wearing an adult seatbelt. Something is better than nothing. So let's see what option they gave us. They must use an adult seatbelt. So that's an option that we just spoke about. They must be able to fasten their own seatbelt. No. They must be able to see clearly out of the window. No. They must use a suitable child restraint. Now, again, looking for the golden nuggets. You're carrying an 11-year-old child. The last answer, they must use a suitable child restraint. There's a link. And as I said at the start of the question, the answer is use a suitable child restraint or a booster seat. They can give it either of those options, which is the same thing. And if child booster seat or child restraint in this case is not there, it would be an adult seatbelt. So now we can change the answer from an adult seatbelt to the child restraint. And that's how it works. And like I said, always shortlist it because you can always change your answers. And if you're not sure, flag it, move on, and then you can always come back to it later on. What should you remove from your car before leaving it unattended? So what should you remove from your car before leaving it unattended? The car dealer's details, no. The vehicle registration document, it's going to be that one, otherwise known as the V5C document. They can word it either way, so vehicle registration document or V5C. Now, if you didn't know, your vehicle registration document has the details of the registered keeper's details. You do not want to leave that in your car, because if somebody gets their hands on that, they can change your name to their name, saying they are the registered keeper of your vehicle, and then technically you lost your car. Personally, you shouldn't be walking with your V5 document. Leave it at home in a safe place. But let's read the others. The service record, no, and the owner's manual, no. What should you do if your trailer starts to swerve or snake? Snaking is when it just literally snakes down the road. That's what snaking means. So read the question again. What should you do if your trailer starts to swerve or snake? Increase the speed. You're only making it worse if you increase the speed. Brake firmly, definitely not. Reduce your speed gently. Yes, that's going to be the safest option. And steer sharply. I always said in my videos, once you got sharply in the answer, it's not going to be correct. Trust me on that. Where may you overtake on a one-way street? Now, when this question comes up in the classroom, the pupils think of a road that's only wide enough for one car, so they go for the wrong answer. When they're talking about a one-way street, they are talking about lanes. So all the lanes are going in the same direction. So the answer to this question, you can overtake either side. It makes no difference because you're all going in the same direction. So overtaking isn't allowed. That's the common answer in my classroom, because like I said, the pupils only think of the road wide enough for one car. So obviously it's not safe to overtake if that was the situation. But as I repeated in the beginning, they're talking about lanes when they're talking about one-way street. Either the right or the left, that's a possible. Only on the right hand side, no. Only on the left hand side, yep. So you can do either right or left. It makes no difference because you're all going in the same direction. Your vehicle breaks down on a motorway and you need to call for help. Why might it be better to use an emergency roadside telephone rather than a mobile phone? Okay, it allows easy location by the emergency services. That's the reason why you want to use the roadside services. It's free anyway. It gives you easy location, or gives them easy location of where you are. But again, read the others just in case. It connects to your local garage, no. Mobile phones don't work on motorways, yes they do. Using a mobile phone will distract other drivers, no, because you're on the roadside, so it's not going to distract other drivers. It's going to be the first one. Try to always use a roadside phone if you do break down on the motorway. What will happen if you follow this vehicle too closely? Again, enlarge the image so you can see. So if you follow it too closely, you won't be able to see the main road. That's basically all you're going to see is the back of the lorry. And there's a saying, if you can't see my wing mirrors, I can't see you. So when you're on driving lessons, driving behind something large like a large lorry, then hold back so you can see the wing mirrors. But it's going to give you a better view of the road also by holding back. So we're looking for something along those lines. Your brakes will overheat, no. Your fuel consumption will be increased, no. Your view ahead will be reduced, yes. Your engine will overheat, again, no. You just gone through flood water. What should you do to make sure your brakes are working properly? Right, they've used the term flood water. On the real test, they're more likely to use Ford, which is the same thing. Again, I've done a video on that as well. So check that out. So they can use the term Ford, but in this case, they're using the term flood water, which just means a lot of surface water. So in this case, you need to test your brakes. So go slowly while you gently apply the brakes to see if it's still working. That's going to be that option, but let's read the others just in case. Stop for at least an hour to allow them to dry, no. Avoid using the brakes at all for a few miles. Again, that's not possible. If you need to stop, you need to use your brakes. And accelerate and keep to a higher speed for a short time. Again, no, because if accelerating the brakes ain't working, you've got problems. So it's going to be the first one. What's the main hazard in this picture? So again, looking at the information, the main hazard is that cyclists at this point in time looking to go across the road. So that's the main hazard at this point. So let's see if they gave us that option. Vehicles doing U-turns, there is no vehicle doing a U-turn on there. Parked cars around the corner where we can't see around the corner too tough. The cyclist crossing the road, yes. Vehicles turning right, no. So again, the main keywords, again, the golden nuggets. What's the main hazard? The main hazard is the cyclist. What style of driving causes increased risk to everyone? So what style of driving? Defensive, no. That makes you a safer driver because you're driving defensively. Responsible, showing maturity, no. Again, that's keeping you safe. Considerate, courtesy, again, technically that's keeping you safe. Competitive, you're racing against other road users, and that's going to increase risk to everyone. So hopefully you got some benefit from that, and I've explained it, broke things down for any question that you may have been struggling with on that. I'm going to be doing another study with me series, but I'm going to be using the app itself, not the desktop app, because the app is slightly different from the desktop, which I'm starting to find that out. It's going to be a 30 question mock test. I will be starting that real soon. So it'll be another study with me series, but the iPad edition. So stay tuned for that. If you haven't already, join the Discord server, Driving Theory UK Discord server. I'm going to put the link or the invite in the description. I'm going to leave it as a pinned comment. We are creating a community where we can study together, ask questions. You're going to have direct access to me, not just on the videos or my lives. So I'm going to be jumping in there from time to time, answering your questions, doing a Q&A, and doing live sessions in the community. So join the Discord server. Again, I'll leave the link or the invite in the description and as a pinned comment. Hopefully you got some benefit from that. So if you did, like, comment below, and definitely subscribe. YouTube's going to show you a video here. I'm going to show you a video here. Go off and watch which one's relevant to you, and I'll catch you in the next video.